200 metres freestyle B final. We'll just get the pool sorted out. As you can see on the screen, that's our running order. Tom Beely in 1, David McGregor in 2, Morgan Berryman in 3, George Clough in 4 for Warrender, Alex Forsyth for University of Stirling in 5, Cameron Finlayson, Hearts in 6, Ross Leslie from East Kilbride in 7, Joseph Miley from Geary in 8. This one could be a good final actually. Not much in it between George and Alex in the middle of the pool, and one touching distance, Morgan Berryman and Cameron Finlayson, so keep an eye on this one, see how this one develops over the course of the race. Just getting themselves set up. So that's us settled now. The referee blows his whistle and the swimmers make their way onto the blocks. So this is the men's B final for the 200 metres freestyle. Off to a good start. George Clough 1:58.71 and Alex Forsyth, University of Stirling 1:59.14 in the middle of the pool. Those are the fastest entries, and it's the University of Stirling man Alex Forsyth who's gone well, but also look down in lane 1. Aberdeen's Tom Beely is just sneaking into, very slight leads going into the 50 metre mark. 27.69 for the Aberdeen man. Ross Leslie on the other end of the pool for East Kilbride touches second, but good turns in the middle of the pool bring the lead men back into contention as they come up towards the halfway mark. Still just with Tom Beely from Aberdeen, I would have said, over in lane 1. He's just pushing it on. Going with him, David McGregor from Dumfries. Now let's see what sort of splits they have. Beely has a 57.76, 58.01 for George Clough from Warrender in second, and Alex Forsyth from University of Stirling in third.
Yep, so Tom Beely we saw earlier in the 100 fly, and going nicely here, but coming under pressure now from George Clough in lane 4, who seems to be winding up this 1:58.71 he did in the heats against 2:00 for Tom. And it is George who's now hit the lead at the 150, 1:27.93. So he certainly picked up pace in that third 50 and is looking now to lead him away. But Tom Beely's not quite done yet. He's in second place and trying to come back at George Clough. Also moving well in lane 2 is David McGregor and also Alex Forsyth in lane 5. But well, I don't think anyone's going to catch George here coming into the final 5 metres. Can he improve on his 1:58.71? Yes, he can. 1:57.43. So a nice swim from George. Just looking at his heat time, his submitted time rather, which I'm just struggling to see on my notes at the moment, but we'll find that somewhere, I'm sure. And a good swim from George. 1:58.68 for Tom Beely in second place, and Alex Forsyth takes third, just ahead of David McGregor. Looking at that 1:59.80 he came into this meet in George Clough, so to go from 1:59 to 1:57, certainly will be very happy with that. 200 freestyle A final is coming to the blocks now. Again, we've seen some of these swimmers already this evening. In lane 1 for the University of Edinburgh. Not quite sure which lane he's expected to go to, but he's going to lane 1, Solomon Butt. In lane 2, Cameron Park there. Just getting himself sorted out. In the green top there of University of Stirling is Jordan Hughes. In 4, Angus Barr from East Kilbride. And in lane 5, Jack Warren Ballard from the University of Stirling. In 6, Scott McClay from Perth City. In lane 7, Callum Laurie, after that brilliant 400 IM, goes in lane 7 for first. And Ross Gale goes in lane 8 for Edinburgh University. He had a very strong 400 freestyle yesterday, so let's see what he can do in the 200 out of lane 8. But the fastest qualifier by a couple of tenths only, Angus Barr of East Kilbride. So Angus will be looking to follow up on his wins in the 400 and the 1500, going down to the 200 here. A decent enough start. He's up there alongside Jack Warren Ballard in the black cap in the two centre lanes. These two just starting maybe to edge away from the others as we come to the first turn. 26.72 for Barr, 26.79 for Warren Ballard. So not a lot in it there, 700th. Third place in lane 3 is the Stirling man, Jordan Hughes. So 2 from the University of Stirling, either side of Angus Barr of East Kilbride. Going very nicely over on the far side is Ross Gale, but at the front it is the swimmers in the centre lanes, and absolutely together at halfway mark there. Just 1400ths now in Angus Barr's favour, 55.73, but he's got a battle on his hands in the second half.
Yeah, he certainly has, and it's very, very tight at the front. There's three or four swimmers up there in the medal positions. At the moment it's still just with Angus Barr, but Jack Warren Ballard not far back. As they go into the wall, that gap's maybe lengthening out a little bit. Let's see what that looks like at that turn. 125.11, 125.69, so that's just half a second in it. Barr not got much to play with here. Let's see what happens off the wall. It's still with the swimmer in 4. Angus Barr's got half a body length. Let's see if Jack Warren Ballard can pull this back. He's working really hard on it. 15 to go. It's still with the East Kilbride man. He's going to be into the red zone in the second, and he's just going to hold on to this, I think. Oh, very, very strong finish at the end from Jack Warren Ballard, and he pulls it down to a deficit of just 2/10, but Angus Barr just strong enough to hold on to that for East Kilbride victory there. Jack Warren Ballard second for the University of Stirling, and Ross Gale from Edinburgh University in lane 8 came through and took third. And